every night, pretty much. You get moderator time.
Does he sing for Guns N' Roses?
Reactor
No,
online.
I just said that. No.
Sensors
Okay.
online. Weapons online.
And I still pay you the same, whether or not it's a long stream or a
All
short stream.
systems nominal.
And last
Override
week, when Jennifer was
engaged.
gone, I did some 2.5-hour streams, like 3 of them, I think.
By the way, I do believe in corporal punishment.
Yeah, corporals should always get punished, I agree.
You know, I believe in corporal punishment.
Private punishment's good too.
I believe we should not have welfare run by the government.
Any form of welfare whatsoever?
Not run by the government.
What about... Okay, go on.
Now, charities run by the churches and the charitable organizations that people give their money to freely, fine.
I don't think we have now, today, we don't have enough church and nonprofit organizations
Dark.
could handle that anymore. Because
Dark. You were alive before we had welfare and all that crap. You were alive before we had Department of Education.
I don't know when did the Department of Education...
The Department of Education, I think, came around during the 60s, didn't
I was
No.
born in 1960s.
No.
I don't know.
Peanuts signed the Department of Education bill.
Heat level critical.
Jimmy Carter signed it in
Incoming
1978.
Yeah, I wasn't really into politics then, so...
1979, October 17th.
My bad. I remember 78
Heat
stuff
level
going on.
critical. Warning incoming missile. Heat level critical. Warning incoming
Carter had the
missile.
distinction of being not hated by everyone.
Did what?
He wasn't hated by everyone.
The
Some people
Department of
liked
Social
him.
Welfare is
But very
1927.
few people
Base
hate
is
him.
being captured. Heat level critical.
Near Fox 4 low.
Artillery strike online.
Welfare was
Target
part of
acquired.
LBJ's stuff, you know.
Heat level
1935.
critical.
That was,
Near Fox 4
you're
low by
talking
itself.
about,
By 1935, the national welfare system had been established for the first time in
down
American
low.
history.
He's not by himself,
I
he's got a
Googled
Highlander
it.
with him.
yeah, but it wasn't a permanent thing. It
Heat
was
level critical.
a temporary thing to deal with the Depression.
You just said when it was created.
We didn't, it wasn't
Target
active
destroyed.
again. After the Depression, they cut it off.
Target acquired.
And unless you want to count Social Security, you know.
Heat level critical. Target destroyed.
But it was extremely limited at the time.
Target acquired. Artillery strike activated. Heat level critical.
If you're talking about welfare reform, that's 1996.
Base is being
Welfare was passed
captured.
into law at
Heat
the same
level
time.
critical.
1996.
No. I just shut down in front of a marauder.
Artillery strike
That was
online.
painful.
Franklin D.
Strike
Roosevelt
activated.
focused mainly on creating jobs. The masses
I
and
like
welfare also backed federal aid for children and other departments.
Yeah, Roosevelt did a lot of that
Heat level
stuff.
critical.
Yeah, by 1935, a
Override
national welfare
shutdown.
system had been established for the
Enemy
first time in
base
American
is
history.
being
That's
captured.
literally what it says. It doesn't say anything about it not being permanent or reestablished. It just talked about reform in 1996. It says that the programs were from
Don't shake it,
were
just go back to the
1932 to
cat.
1935, but
New
Exactly.
target acquired.
He will come back to you.
Heat level critical.
it's like the programs were only till 1935, but people could still use them. They just weren't in major practice, basically.
It was
Like
an emergency measure, is what it
Yeah,
was.
there was no
New
real
target
sunset
Unlike
clause.
this
Base
permanent
is being
thing.
captured.
Yeah, FERA was only a temporary measure. The Roosevelt administration understood more fundamental reform were needed to prevent a recurrence of what had happened when the nation's economy failed to provide the jobs and public relief necessary to meet the financial needs of unemployed workers and families. Roosevelt sent a message to Congress on June 8, 1934, in which he outlined what he believed was necessary. So, yeah.
And again, it was an emergency measure for the Depression.
Heat level critical.
Yeah, in 1950 they added aid to the disabled, but I'd never actually, like, finished. Like, it talks about how it was initiated in 1935 and added to in later years.
New target acquired.
The precedent was there.
Yeah, the precedent was there.
But it wasn't funded, and it wasn't used, and it was there only for specific purposes.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, but it could still be used. It's not like it went out of circulation or anything. It was there. It was still usable. Just fell out of practice because the economy rebounded. And then in 96 they went through reform for welfare.
Yeah, you were this other jerk.
No, that was him. This thing's running frickin' missiles, dude.
Heat level critical.
Oh, nice kill.
You a missile boat?
Yep.
It's my finish.
Nope. Don't say.
Heat level critical. Target acquired.
But anyway, I mean, before we had all this welfare handouts and all this stuff, you know, for everything.
Good work, guys. Thanks for the drop.
And actually, it was Lyndon Baines Johnson that changed it to where a family couldn't get welfare. Only a single woman and her kids could get it,
which was detrimental to most communities.